I was on a run this morning and I was thinking about a couple encounters I've had in the past couple weeks. By the way, I'm outside if you can't already tell, so I'm sorry if there are any random noises or light changes. Anyways, it's the first week in December. Happy December, everyone. Where the hell did the last 11 months go? They've been taken from us by the US government. In America, right around now, there are a lot of holidays that happen. For me, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and a few birthdays. And not only celebrating on those days, but people like to celebrate before those days too, having various parties throughout. It's just a very fun couple months, just a grand old time. Especially now with our current political environment, I'm always curious to see what conversations happen around these months, around these holidays, with these people that I don't always see. I see lots of relatives that I don't normally see throughout the years. They have opinions that differ to mine. It's my least favorite noise in the entire world. So it's interesting. It's like people are walking on eggshells about what they can talk about, what they should talk about, what they shouldn't talk about. So it's just kind of, honestly, it's kind of hilarious. What I've realized now, in 2017, the current state of Connor, I'm very comfortable talking to people about current political topics, but more importantly, and more the topic of this video, LGBT topics. Around these holidays, because I see so many people that I don't normally see, I feel like once, twice, a few times, LGBT related things always come up. Me, a gay person, bringing up gay things. That just happens. I can't even control it anymore. I just love talking about gay things and bi things and trans things and pan things, just all the things, all the LGBTQ plus things. It always seems to find its way into our conversations, but it's usually late in the conversations or late in the holiday weekend. And for some reason it's like slightly opening the door and like peeking in, and then slightly opening it a little bit more, and then fully like, I don't, that was a weird thing. People dance around the topic for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's probably because I'm from the Midwest, or it's probably because only recently has it become more comfortable for people to be able to talk about it, but that's not even true necessarily. What I realized this morning on my run about this topic was that I've somehow, through the past 3 years of my life, somehow this year, these past couple months, I've become the go-to guru of these topics in my circle. Not in the world. I am not the go-to LGBT guru in the world. I mean, I'll take that title, but I'm not that person. But I've become that person in a lot of conversations, and it's so interesting. Coincidentally, too, I realized right before I was about to film this that this is also my coming out anniversary week, my coming out publicly online anniversary week. To think that 3 years ago, I had just come out and I was still very nervous to talk about gay things. And now 3 years later, I somehow feel like I'm the go-to person to talk about gay things. Like, my mind was blown when I thought about it. So over Thanksgiving, I was talking to different family members about the gradient of sexuality and the difference between sexual identity and gender identity and just like all things LGBTQ+. Just somehow towards the end of the trip, we got on that topic and I was like the go-to. It was like as if I were Google and I had all the answers. And I don't have all the answers. And that was a great thing to bring up. When I talk about these things to other people, I say, this is what I think, or this is what I'm pretty sure what this identity means or this government bill is about. I am not comfortable saying I know what everything is, but it's so interesting to think that in 3 years, people think I know, and people close to me feel comfortable coming to me to talk about those things. It was just a really interesting thing. It was a very like full circle moment. And again, it just so happened on this anniversary, so it just made it even more significant. I was even at a holiday party the other night with a group of adults that I didn't really know, and by really mean I had no idea who these people were. But somehow at this party I found myself in the center of a conversation about just general LGBT things, and I found myself talking to parents about pronouns, talking to parents about bathroom bills, the whole 9 yards, just like general bits of information that I've gathered and learned about over the past 3 years, and I was sharing what I've learned with them. It was just really interesting. It was so weird. It's so strange to think back to when I was younger and I knew nothing, and then it was strange to think when I came out, and again, I still knew nothing. And then now in these moments, I feel like I know a little something. I don't know everything, but I know something, and that's just really interesting. And I'm really comfortable with it too. I'm really lucky to be in an environment and to be surrounded by people that are open to talking about those things. I really can't imagine what it's like to be in an environment that's the opposite of that. And I try not to take that for granted, because it does take courage to talk about things that make other people uncomfortable. But at the same time, I don't know if I would have enough courage to talk about the same exact things that I've been talking about over the past few weeks if it weren't for my environment, or if it weren't for the people that I was talking to those things about. It's crazy how different you can be in just 3 years. It's crazy what you can talk about that you never felt like you could talk about in just 3 years. It's crazy how knowledgeable you can be on a topic in just 3 years. And it's crazy how comfortable you can be with yourself in just 3 years. So yeah, I'm curious. Tell me in the comments down below if you've ever had a realization like that about anything about yourself. I'm trying to make this vague because I know everyone who watches these videos is not LGBT, and that's so fine. Just let me know your stories in the comments down below. But again, something to hit home with. The backdrop is alive. I'm only this comfortable because of my environment and because of the people around me. So even if you don't relate to this, if you're a parent, if you have siblings, best friends, just know that you can be that for someone else. You can be that person that makes someone else feel comfortable to be who they are. And eventually, maybe 3 years later, they'll feel like I'm feeling right now. They'll feel comfortable and confident in something they never thought they would feel comfortable and confident in. I hope everyone is having a lovely week. Go tell the people you love that you love them. If you enjoyed this video, click that like button. Would love to know that, and I'll see you very soon. So again, if you enjoyed the video, click the big thumbs up, leave a comment below. Bye. Hello, testing, 1, 2, 3. What's going on? How do I look? Green on green?